fitness expert since 1996, a weight loss expert since 2009. She leads thousands of live and online fitness classes for women around the world. Her book is not only a bestseller, it is a double award-winning book. And the title of it is In Dieting Hell, How to Find Peace with Your Body and Release the Weight.
Yes.
Please
yes,
welcome
yes.
Michelle Melendez.
Aloha. Thank you so much. Has anybody ever tried to lose weight before? Nobody? Okay. Has anybody lost the weight and then gained it back? Yeah. So what I found out was between about 6 to 12 months, I noticed that the clients I helped release the weight, they gained it back. And sometimes more. And I was thinking to myself, what am I missing? They hired me to help them lose weight. I helped them lose weight, but they didn't keep it off. There's something that I'm not getting here. There's not a connection to why they're not keeping the weight off. So what is that? So I decided, okay, I went on a mission. I'm gonna figure this out. So I went and I thought, okay, let's try different exercise modalities. And I became a Heart Zone certified trainer, all kinds of body pump, BOSU, just martial fitness, kickboxing, but it wasn't in the exercise. So then I thought, okay, well, it's got to be the nutrition. So now I was already a nutrition for weight loss specialist, and I thought, okay, intuitive eating, but it wasn't there. So I said, okay, well, what's left? And I thought about it, and I thought, the body, the emotions of the body. And what I did was I started learning about human behavior, and then I went deeper into quantum physics to really understand why women yo-yo with their weight over and over again. And you guys want to know what I found out? Yes. All right, someone say, tell me, Michelle. Thank you. All right, I'll tell you. I wrote a book about it, but the number one reason, and I say women because I own Women Being Fit. It's an online fitness program for women. So men are included as well, but I mostly work with women. The number one reason why women struggle with their weight year after year is because their body is actually emotionally conditioned to the feeling of struggling with their weight. It feels normal. It feels normal to feel ashamed, embarrassed, guilty, frustrated that you just gained the weight back, hopeless that you did another diet and yet again, here it is. That feeling is actually emotionally conditioned in every single cell of the body on a vibrational level and a chemical level. And I just got chills. I don't know how you guys are feeling about that. Everybody's quiet. When I learned that, it shocked me, for one, because being a fitness trainer, I was all about do. You do this, you get this result. But it wasn't about what they did and what they ate. It actually stems more about how they feel. So what I ended up discovering was that the subconscious mind doesn't live in your brain. It lives in your body. It lives in the cells of your body. It lives in your feelings. And I'm feeling really tender about this because I'm thinking about how it feels when you struggle. When I see clients who really want to lose that weight, who really want to look in the mirror and feel peace in their body, and they want that so bad. And then I saw them at the time yo-yoing and how that feels. So in a moment, I'm going to take you guys through an exercise that will leave you starting the journey of living in a body that you love, so that you actually can feel what it feels like to start to live in a body that you love. Would that be okay? Okay. Are you sure? Okay. All right. Thank you. So first, I want to explain how the body works with weight. Like I said earlier, the subconscious lives in your body. And the subconscious is constantly talking to your brain, and your brain is talking to your subconscious. But the control panel of your body is your heart. Your heart was the very first organ that was created when you were conceived. It started beating before you were born. It actually was sending signals to your brain before you were born and when you were in the womb. And your heart can actually learn and remember. Your heart is 100 times more electrically powerful than your brain is. That means by you sitting here and the energy that you're putting out is actually coming from your heart more than your brain and more than your thoughts. And it's 5,000 times more magnetic than your brain. That means the things that you're pulling to you, the things that you're inspired to do is actually coming from your heart. You're actually pulling things towards you, towards your heart. So this is what it looks like when you want to lose weight, but you're emotionally conditioned to struggling with your weight. It looks like you going on a diet and you thinking, okay, this is it. I'm excited, I'm hopeful, and you're on that diet and things are going really well and you're starting to lose the weight. And you get excited about that and you're just like, you're starting to feel good, you're starting to feel lighter, you're starting to have more energy and sleep better. And then you have a really tiring day and you get home and you're exhausted. And maybe your boss went off on you or you have bad traffic or something happened and you're just tired. And what happens is you're actually pulled to eating food and to doing activities that take you back to what it is that's familiar, which is, I don't like my body. I don't feel safe in my body. I feel hopeless in my body. I'm frustrated, I can't lose weight. This is where the thought of, wow, I've been exercising for 4 to 6 weeks, I've been doing so good. The thought of, let's just take one day off, or let's skip tomorrow. That thought actually comes because a signal from the body actually signals the brain to think the thought that creates the feeling that goes into the body that the person is familiar with. Does that make sense? Yeah. So in a moment, I'm going to take you through a very short exercise that starts you feeling just a little bit different and seeing yourself in a different way. Are you guys ready for that? Okay, I'm really glad I got the mic for this. So go ahead and close your eyes and just notice what are the first feelings that you have when you think about your body. And don't judge them. Don't make them right or wrong or good or bad or try to fix it or try to pretend that that's not the thought you just had. Just let it be whatever it is. So when you think about your body, just notice what are the first thoughts that come up. When you think about somebody taking your picture or standing in front of a video camera and being videotaped, or being on stage, or going out to the beach and needing to wear beach wear, what are the first thoughts? Just notice them. Notice them if you're going to be intimate with a partner and they have the lights on. How does that make you feel about your body? And don't make the feeling right or wrong or good or bad or judge it in any way. Just notice it. Now pick one of those feelings, just one, and notice, where does it live in your body? Where is the root of that feeling? Do you feel it in your stomach, in your gut, in your heart? Where's the root of that feeling? And just let it be there and feel into it. And now ask it, what age are you? What age are you? And just let it be whatever it tells you. Just trust. What age are you? And some people will say, oh, I'm the age I am. But not if you've had that feeling for a really long time. If you've had that feeling for most of your life, that feeling is a very young age. So ask it, what age are you? And let it tell you. And now ask it, what was the event that first happened that created you? When were you birthed in my body? When were you created? What was the event? And let yourself go back to that event. But look at the event from a third-person perspective without trying to fix it or make it good or bad or right or wrong. And just notice it as if you're watching a movie and it's somebody else going through that experience, whatever it was. And notice the feelings you have for that person that you're seeing go through this experience that was the catalyst for this feeling that you now hold in your body. What is the feeling that you have toward that person? And just notice it, without judging it. Maybe it's compassion, some empathy. Maybe it's, wow, they were really brave to have gone through that. And breathe through that. And now go back to the feeling in your body. And again, don't make it right or wrong or good or bad, but instead, completely accept the feeling in your body. And in fact, I want you to breathe into it. Breathe into it like you're expanding the feeling in your body. You're just expanding it so it actually gets more intense in your body. Let your breath is life. Let your breath open it up in your body and fully let it be in your body without making it right or wrong or trying to fix it, and let it be there. And notice how that feels. And go ahead and come back and feel your feet on the ground and slowly open your eyes. So I'd love if anybody wants to share, what was the feeling you got when you asked the age? Did anybody get a young age? Yeah, got a young age. What age was it?
5 years old.
5 years old, yeah. I have a client who struggles with anxiety, and I remember talking to her when we first got together about her diet, her nutrition, because I do diet and exercise, don't get me wrong, there's needed, that's definitely needed. But she threw a temper tantrum. This woman was in her 60s, and she literally threw a temper tantrum on the phone, and I just let her talk. And I said, what age is that emotion? What age? And she said 5 years old. And I said, what was happening? And she said, my parents were always arguing and I was always afraid. So what happens is when you are struggling with your weight over and over again, it's not about the diet and exercise. I mean, who here knows how to diet and exercise, right? Who here has ever done that before? So it's not about that. It's about trauma. It's about something in your heart, and it doesn't have to be 5 years old. It can be 20s. It can be a teenager. It can be older. But something in your heart was broken or had fear. And the heart wants to protect itself, and it doesn't want to go back to feeling that. So what it will do is it will keep you in an emotion that kept you safe. And in my client's experience, the way that she was kept safe, or what helped her survive her childhood, was feeling anxious and being afraid and keeping herself safe. So she's lived in that pattern the whole time. So this is the kind of work I do. There's detoxing as well, because you've got to detox the two most important organs for weight loss. Do you guys know what those are? Colon and your liver. Yes, colon and liver. So we do detoxing, we do diet and exercise. But the big work, the big work, and weight loss is always secondary to me. I mean, most of my clients release between 20 and 30 pounds in the first 6 weeks by working with me. That's secondary to me. What I love is the peace they have in their body. The being able to look in the mirror and feel at peace with what they see. And not nitpicking, and not feeling hopeless or embarrassed or ashamed. And that's what's most important to me. So that's why I wrote this book. Whew. I also do a 90-day program based on the book that starts at the end of the month. And those of you who get the book, there's actually a coupon in there for Aloha coupon to work with me if this calls to you, if you want to go deeper into this conversation and take a journey with me, because it's a journey. It's not a program, it's an actual journey. I'd love to answer any questions. Can't really see very well, but does anybody have any questions about weight, about anything we went over? Did you guys learn something about this? I'd love some popcorning stuff of what you got. Anybody? Any insights? How do you feel? Yeah.
Okay, so what I saw was I was looking at my mother, and she was criticizing her body.
She saw at 5 years old, she was looking at her mother, and her mother was criticizing her body.
And she was very unhappy, and she was kind of actually hating herself.
Yeah, her mother was hating herself and very unhappy.
I remember feeling two different things. One is compassion, wanting her to feel better.
Yeah, because you want to save her. She wanted her mom to feel better.
And the other was thinking that that's how you're supposed to be.
Yeah, and the other was thinking that that's how you're supposed to be. Yes, that's trauma. And what's amazing is that it can be that intense, or it can be, I was talking to another client of mine about this, and her dad had just made one comment about her legs that touches your heart. It's an event that breaks your heart a little bit. It's like, ow, like that. And that trauma can actually keep the different emotions that don't let you live in a body you love and have peace with yourself. For me, I struggled with, when I was growing up, well, let me just ask any more questions before I go into that story. And thank you so much for sharing the vulnerability. I really appreciate that. Because I know this stuff can be hard to share about. But from my experience, even as a trainer, when I grew up as 13, I had scoliosis, and part of my back sits a little bit behind the other one, and my breasts are uneven. Now, if you told me back then that I would be telling complete strangers about that, I would have been like, you're crazy. But this work has actually totally let me have so much peace in my body, and that doesn't even bother me anymore. So this work that I help people with, or clients with, it's deeper than exercise and diet, and it's exactly what I've been looking for so that I can help people. Because when you're living in a body that you love, you're vibrating out peace, and you're vibrating out love, and that makes the world a better place. And we have 5 minutes, so there's one more thing I want to share with you about this. That there's nothing wrong with you, and there's nothing to fix. Even in the work that I do, I don't fix people. I show them how to find peace with their body. The probability of you being you is 1 in 400 trillion. And the Buddhists talk about it like this. The probability of you being you with your personality and exactly who you are is as if you were to throw a life preserver out into the ocean, somewhere in the ocean, and there's one turtle in the entire ocean. And on the first try, that turtle sticks its head right in that life preserver. That is the probability of you being you, or the possibility that you would be you when your parents got together. That is how important you are.